Welcome, I'm Russell Alexander. I've been practicing family law with the team here at Russell Alexander Collaborative Family Lawyers for over 20 years. We serve clients during separation and divorce and other family-related matters. We upload a new video twice a week to cover interesting cases and provide up-to-date information for our clients and the public, including cases about the pandemic. Today we're going to discuss trial judges erred in discounting husband's income properties worth $5 million. In a recent case, the Court of Appeal concluded that the trial judge tasked with quantifying the wife's spousal support entitlement had made a reversible error. The judge failed to take into account the fact the husband owned rental properties worth nearly $5 million and failed to impute added income to the husband accordingly. The husband and wife filed for divorce after 13 years of marriage. They had signed a marriage contract prior to getting married, agreeing that if their union was dissolved, then one, neither party would be entitled to the property of the other, and two, the wife would have no claim for spousal support. After the wedding, the husband, who was 25 years older than his wife, sponsored her for permanent residency in Canada, since she was a refugee claimant from Hungary. The validity of the marriage contract came under contention, and under the circumstances under which it was signed, became a credibility issue for the trial judge to determine. The court rejected the wife's claim that as an economically dependent refugee claimant with very limited English, she was in a vulnerable state. The judge also disbelieved she had the contract imposed upon her without giving her a chance to obtain legal advice. To the contrary, she had signed it in a lawyer's office, it was translated for her and properly witnessed, and was signed before the wedding, not after the wedding, as she had claimed. She knew what she was signing, but opted not to get independent legal advice from her own lawyer. After concluding that the wife understood what she was agreeing to, the judge declared the marriage contract to be valid and binding in terms of the precluding of the division of property. However, the wife should indeed have received more spousal support in light of her financial circumstances. At the time of trial, she was earning only about $15,000 a year, which was well below the poverty line. The husband was ordered to pay her a lump sum of $40,000, based on what he declared his modest annual income of about $24,000 from the various rental properties. If you're enjoying this video and find it helpful, you can give us a thumbs up or leave us a comment below. The wife appealed, complaining that the trial judge should have invalidated the entire marriage contract rather than just part of it. She also appealed the amount of $40,000 lump sum award as being too low. The first appeal court ruled that the marriage contract had been duly signed and witnessed, and that the wife had not been in a vulnerable state at the time as she claimed. It was not invalid on that ground. Next, the Court of Appeal confirmed the trial judge's ruling on property rights clause, but agreed with the wife about support. She indeed needed more. This was because the trial judge had improperly discounted almost $5 million in residential real estate that the husband owned and had not attributed appropriate rental income to him from that source. The trial judge's conclusion, based on the flawed reasoning that while the husband's real estate properties had admittedly grown in value significantly, this was not due to the wife's contributions. While noting that the appeal courts normally give deference to support orders made by trial judges, the Court of Appeal held a unique circumstance of this case required intervention by this court. the trial judge should have at least considered imputing added income to the husband, especially since it was a fairly long marriage in which the wife worked hard on the home front. The wife had no real prospects of employment and very low income of her own. Meanwhile, the value of the husband's rental properties had increased significantly into the millions. Although the court allowed the wife's appeal in this respect, it was not in a position to decide the matter afresh, since the financial evidence from the trial was now 3 years old. The Court of Appeal sent it back to the trial level for a hearing on the income issue, while emphasizing that both parties should provide full and current financial disclosure. This was because at the earlier hearing, the trial judge had expressed dissatisfaction with the evidence provided by both parties around income, owing in part to the husband's failure to make proper disclosure of all his income sources and assets, and the wife's failure to demonstrate what income should be imputed to him. Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment box below. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please give us a thumbs up and let us know. You can subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notification every time we upload a new video. Thank you for watching.